My strong belief is that in the 21st century, a fundamental definition of citizenship must include a person's responsibility to be a productive worker, a productive citizen, meaning a voter, a participant in the political process, and a productive giver. We had an interesting idea that we could get together and discuss some of the major problems facing the world, and that at the end of this process, every person who was at the meeting would make a commitment to actually do something about it. I've been in hundreds of communities across America, into villages and cities in more than 100 nations around the world. I've spent time with workers in rural health clinics, children living with HIV/AIDS, families adopting new healthy eating habits, experts working to stop the looming climate crisis. I'm glad to have the chance to work with all of them. But there's a whole world out there. It needs you too, now more than ever, down the street or across the ocean. So please, find some way to give. I'm asking you to join me and thousands of others in supporting the important work of the Clinton Foundation with a gift of
this world a better place in which to live. That action, he believed, would be a living manifestation of their faith. He is a position safe. Expediency asks the question, is a position politic? Vanity asks the question, is a position popular? But that something called conscience asks, is a position right?
How can you empower people economically in a way that lifts poor countries as well as individual people? How can you fight climate change by making investments that are actually profitable over the long run? How can you figure out a way to get all the kids of the world in school? It's not just what are you going to do and how much money you're going to spend, it's how are you going to do it if you want to save lives and create promise and overcome problems. The mission of the Clinton Global Initiative is we bring people from all over the world and basically create a market, if you will, a network, where people, the best people from all walks of life and all incomes and interests can come together and try to hammer out answers to, well, how are we going to turn our good intentions into real changes? We meet at the opening of the United Nations every year, and we bring in world leaders that are coming to the UN, and we always invite people from the American government. We invite major CEOs and others, and we have 10 of the last 16 Nobel Prize winners are regular participants in CGI. We invite experts in the energy, education, healthcare, and economic empowerment. And then we bring in the people that are doing the work in low-income countries around the world. We try to keep the speeches to a minimum and have conversations about problem solving. And literally people sit around tables. And I remember the first year I was there, it was thrilling. I saw Jean Chrétien, who had just gone out of office as Prime Minister of Canada, sitting around with NGO leaders from around the world that he never would have met in a million years in office, talking about specifically how to solve problems. People come up with ideas, concrete ideas, and then we figure out how to fund them. We have 1,400 commitments that have been made by several thousand people, often working together over 4 years, worth $46 billion that have already improved the lives of 200 million people in 150 countries.
I believe our mission in this new century is clear. For good or ill, we live in an interdependent world. We can't escape each other. Therefore, we have to spend our lives trying to build a global community and an American community of shared responsibilities, shared values, shared benefits. What should our shared values be? Everybody counts. Everybody deserves a chance. Everybody's got a responsibility to fulfill. We all do better when we work together. Our differences do matter, but our common humanity matters more. So I tell you, we can continue building our bridge to tomorrow.
just try to get people involved in things they see going on at CGI to come and plug into that. Some time, some skills, some product, some amount of money. Everybody's got something to give. What I'm trying to do is to create a whole different mindset for people. You know, and every time I start working on something, in the back of my mind, I want to put myself out of business. I think that's really important to think of your work like that. You always want to leave the next generation a new set of problems, not the same set.
Chose a different path. He asked, what can I do to keep making a difference? And what an extraordinary difference he, working with all of you, have made. For the victims of disaster, from the Asian tsunami to Hurricane Katrina, he's made a difference. For those in need, from parents and children battling HIV/AIDS to your efforts today on behalf of the people of Haiti, he's made a difference. It's no exaggeration. Around the world, Bill Clinton has helped to improve and save the lives of millions. That is no exaggeration.
I want you to listen to me. I'm going to say this again. I did not have sexual relations with that woman, Miss Lewinsky. I never told anybody to lie, not a single time, never. These allegations are false, and I need to go back to work for the American people. Thank you.
Watch the screen, not your feet.
Bill, shut up. I got it.
Number 32.
Oh, no. My pizza's ready.
Tag out, man. Tag out. I'm a Barbie girl in a Barbie world, wrapped in plastic. It's fantastic. Come on, Barbie, let's go party. Yeah.